Hello, my friends, and welcome. How are you doing today? Before you get a little confused and crazy and wondering what the heck's going on, is the video cut off wrong? No, I actually did this on purpose, and this is not me playing. This is just two other people playing. Why am I doing this? Well, it's a new series that I wanted to start out and see if you guys like it. So let me know what you guys think about it. Basically, what I'm going to be doing is showing you guys games of other people playing the game and have me commentate it, showing you what they did right and what kind of cool stuff we can talk about. Obviously, I don't know everything if it's right or wrong, but I can kind of decipher and figure out what's going on in the game. So hopefully you guys can enjoy my commentary. I actually have not seen these games before, so I'm completely going off of right now action. This is not live streaming or anything. He sent me the videos, and that's why you see the Bandicam thing on the top there. I usually don't use Bandicam, but yeah, let's see if you guys like this stuff. And if you do like it, I'm kind of at the mercy of other people giving me their videos and letting me use their content. But I would like to do it some more. And you know what? If you guys like to make lots of good, cool videos and everything, send me a personal message and we'll see what we can do with it. So this is actually my tournament that's still going on. I know I say my tournament, but they just throw my name on there just to make people play it. But the tournament that I lost on round 2 to some fairly good players. This is round 3 now, where the people who beat me are now playing the game and doing fairly well. So we're starting off on the temple here. A fairly interesting map, and you notice both players are doing fairly the same strategy right now. We've got third tier cannon with a little bit of ninja action, one on the front top there, obviously the pop of the blacks and everything, and one in the bottom there to just defend a little bit. So you're noticing from the Sovereign, we got a little bit more farming action going on. We've got basically 4 farms on the left compared to 3 farms on the right. And I know I'm actually going to use a kind of a farming equality thing, where a 2-0 farms counts as 2 farms. That's the way I'm going to do it from now on, I think. It just makes more sense to me. We can consider 5 farms on the left and only 4 on the right. Now 6 on the left. It just makes sense that way. Farming units. I don't know, maybe I should call it a farming I don't know, that's the best way I can think about it. So this game's not sped up too fast. I sped it up just a little bit, and that means it will get a little bit crazier in the late game, and the mid game will definitely get crazy with all those farms and everything. So let's see what we can do, guys. See what we can chug along and see what these peeps have going on. So we have double mortars again, pretty much the exact same strategy from both players. We've got a 2-3 mortar on both sides. Still, both players trying to farm quite heavily. And it's definitely getting intense. Now, the one thing that I like to look at is obviously the economy on the bottom there. Oh, we're going for a quick regrow rainbow rush on the bottom against Sovereign, but he does defeat it for the most part. Loses a few lives on it, but really not that effective in general. He's got 2 third-tier cannons, got some nice little ninjas over there, so he's doing a fairly good job at defeating these guys. And still getting those farms all the way up, man. Look at that ridiculous amount of farmage action. So I do like looking at the economy on the bottom there, but I felt like it was only fair if we cut it off. That way I don't know what one player has compared to the other player. It would be a good thing to know what they have, but I want to go kind of blind in here and just commentate based on what I'm seeing, not what I know that I shouldn't really know. So both players getting ready for those Rigo Ceramic Rushes, quite obviously. They got third-tier cannons, they got the higher-level ninjas in the back there to make sure that if they need to, they'll sell one of their farms, 2 farms, and get that 4th-tier ninja up really quick. And it looks like another mortar came out from the Sovereign, but he does end up switching on over to the Moab Maulers, which is obviously the smart thing to do. Getting ready for those Moabs. You probably only need 1 Moab Mauler, and some people, what they like to do is not even get the Moab Mauler. They'll play it a little bit more adventurous-like, and only get a cannon or something, but Sovereign does end up defeating this rush fairly close. Again, 4th-tier ninja getting with that Moab Mauler, and he does survive the rush. Candyson did rush him with a pretty hefty rush. He sent out a Moab and some Rigo fast on ceramics right underneath that, with perfect timing, basically. Perfect timing because the ceramics from the Moab and the 4 cooldown ceramics kind of just merged up together into one evil grouped balloon rush all at the same time. So it's going to start getting more intense in here. It looks like the Sovereign... Oh, he's going for... Candyson is going to go for another rush. He's going to go for that BFB rush. It looks like he's going pretty hardcore with this one. And We don't get a 2-4 ninja from... Oh, there it is. There's the 2-4 ninja. He gets the 2-4 ninja. He's going to sell that guy. He's got enough stuff here. And it looks like the BFB is going to get defeated by Sovereign. With that 4-2 cannon, he's going to go for another BFB. I don't agree with this rush 100%. Candyson is already ahead in lives. And he's going for these weird rushes when the Sovereign already has so many good defenses here where he doesn't even really need to get anything else. And he does look like he does survive this thing. And the Sovereign's actually going to go for a counter rush. Oh my goodness. A counter rush with BFBs. He's got to get enough stuff up in here. Looks like Candyson's actually having a hard time with these balloons. He's getting the 4th tier cannon, but it looks like he might end up losing this game right here. Could he lose? And he does lose a bunch of lives, but he does survive with only 10 lives. Absolutely ridiculous, my friends. Both players, again, getting crazy amounts of farming action going on. Not getting rid of their economy. They just want to keep that into the late game. They really do. So that being said, both players getting obviously a bunch of Moab Maulers, pretty much the same strategy again, Ninja, Cannon, Mortar, the main 3 towers to use. Alright, so another BFB coming out from the Sovereign, just trying to get that 10 lives damage in there. That's pretty ridiculous, man. But now he's got the 2-4 ninjas. He's going for a pretty hefty rush here. And it looks like one of the Moabs actually does not get 2-4 ninjas. There's a glitch right there. And he goes for a Mortar Soul, but he has to sell all his farms to get that. It looks like that 4-2 ninjas are not going to be enough. Are they going to be enough? Holy crapola, man. He's barely surviving these things. So many 4-2 ninjas. There's one little last BFB, but he is completely out of economy, and he's trying to buy and resell all of these guys. The BFB has popped out. 4-2 ninjas, are they going to be enough to stop these things? And it looks like they are not enough, and the Sovereign has taken game number 1. Moving on to game number 2, we have Ice Flow. Nice little map right here. Nice little map. And they're both going to start off with the boats. Alright. So one other thing is I'm actually going to pick up a few little ideas from watching these guys play. That's one nice thing about it. Maybe you guys can learn some stuff as well, learn some of these cool strategies. I noticed that the only boring thing about King of the Hill is that a lot of people are going to use pretty much the exact same strategy on almost every level. Where the only difference is a lot of other strategy games, you'll have different civilizations or like different some things to use, and it makes the game just a little bit more unique and different every single time. Where playing this game can get slightly boring by doing the exact same thing every single time. And what I would like to see implemented in the game, if they ever came out with like a BTD Battles 2 or something like that, would be to have some sort of civilization type process going on, or where you can go with like a defense strategy and you get like an extra $50 to start off the game, or 50 economy to start off the game, or like an attack thing where you get to send out things around early or something like that. I think that would be really, really cool to have, but not a necessity in the game for sure. Just something kind of cool and interesting to have. It looks like Sovereign's actually losing some lives. Both of them are actually losing quite a bit of lives right now. They're both at 130, believe it or not, even with 3 boats like that. And it comes into question, are the boats really the most effective thing to go for? Maybe a cannon ninja strategy would be a little bit better thing to start off with. Both players still rushing and going blue in economy. No farms for this level, obviously. You can fit 1 farm on this level, that's about it. Sometimes you can fit 2 if you get really lucky. But usually not even a good idea to go with those things. So both players, again, doing pretty much the exact same strategy. They've got the mortar boat strategy going for them, getting the burning stuff and all that stuff to defeat these weird yellow rushes that they might send out against each other, or just trying to get economy from each other. And it looks like the Sovereign has defended these yellows. Micro mortar for the win. Again, both players with approximately the same amount of lives. Nobody's getting huge, humongous chunks of lives through or anything like that. And even with round 9 coming out, it looks like this game's pretty even, for sure. Nobody's really winning. They got basically the exact same strategy. So it's going to come down to probably the mid-game is my best guess. The mid-game is going to be very, very crazy. Very crazy, and it looks like both players have to get that 2-3 mortar up. He might be trying, the Sovereign might actually be trying to hit the other person to rush him with some camo balloons, but he does end up getting that mortar just in time to stop any random camo rushes. So both players again getting ready for that Ring of Fire. They're both getting the 3-0 tactic. Candyson seemingly doing okay right now. And he does get the Ring of Fire about 4 Sovereign, getting ready for level 15. It just brings up the question, ooh, there they both do end up getting that Ring of Fire for level 15. Will either player rush with the Rigo Ceramics or a mixture of leads and ceramics at the same time? That's definitely a good way to hurt a lot of people. But no, it's seemingly both players just rushing with random stuff, usually the black balloons and pink balloons and whatever, just to get some economy in here. Honestly, if I had to guess their economy, I'd guess it's right around 800, 900, right in that vicinity, almost up to 1,000. I know both players did not really spend that much money on towers. I know the Ring of Fire is nice and 3 boats are reasonably expensive, but overall it looks like they're doing a pretty darn good job. So let's see, maybe we'll get to hear their economy. 1,200, what? That's pretty darn solid, man. They both got 1,200 economy for level 17. Ridiculous. Freaking ridiculous. So that means these levels right here are going to get pretty darn crazy, because you can do 2 different things. You can either get ready for a 2-4 boat, or you can get a bunch of grape shots. And the grape shots can usually defeat the Moabs. But here we go, we got 2 Moabs coming out from the Sovereign against Candyson. Will he survive? The Ring of Fire is going to be not enough, and the Sovereign has taken down Candyson again for game number 2. Moving on to game number 3, here is... Oh man, I forgot the name. This golf course? I don't remember the name of it. Water Hazard, that's what it is. Water Hazard. So if you've noticed anything, they have not been playing these really, really crazy hard maps like we're used to. We're getting kind of the intermediate, like sort of hard maps, but not crazy hard maps. And they're both doing some pretty crazy rushes and hurting these people quite a bit. So it looks like we're getting a Cannon Ninja strategy from Candice, and that would be my personal favorite strategy. And we're getting a boat strategy from Sovereign, which I don't really know who would get an advantage in that case. I think getting the 3-0 cannon, 3-2 cannon actually would be one of the best things to get for Candyson, but usually most people just get the 3rd tier cannon to defeat most of these things. And he's got the ninja anyway, so it looks like he's going to defeat most of these pinks. Might leak a few lives, and even though the boats are fairly good at defending, and it looks like they will defend all the lives, the boats are probably a little bit more expensive overall. One grape shot boat is almost the same price as a cannon, let alone getting 3 boats altogether and still almost losing lives, especially level 6. It's going to be a lot harder when he's got to defeat these green balloons and everything, so it's going to just be more and more expensive. Which we're kind of expecting an early mortar from the Sovereign, while Candyson can go a little bit more economy in the earlier game here, because even against yellows and even against level 10 and even against all those things, he could probably survive up until regrow leads. So let me know what you guys think. Am I doing a decent job of commentating? Am I doing okay? I don't know. I don't like saying that people are doing something wrong, but I will say that I would do something maybe a little bit different, and that probably is bad, because I would probably be doing it the wrong way, because they're better than me, obviously. But it's okay. Black balloons coming from Candyson against Sovereign, and it looks like he will defeat all of these black balloons. Again, going kind of hardcore, trying to keep that no lives lost thing going for him at the moment. And even with some regrow blacks coming out against him, the Sovereign is going to survive against most of these yellows with all these grape shot boats. So was it an effective rush? Not really. Not really an effective rush. In fact, kind of wasting a little bit of money with all those regrow blacks and everything. But still, nonetheless, nothing bad is going on. It looks like Candyson is going to survive on against these harder balloons. But I don't know, if regrow lets come out, that could be a little bit of a problem for us. Alright, no regrow lets from the Sovereign either. And he does get the mortar. Maybe he was just waiting a little bit. And both players, again, going with a mortar. So here, finally, we're getting a different strategy from both players. We've got a, basically, Cannon Ninja mortar strategy compared to a boat mortar Ring of Fire strategy. And I know I say Ring of Fire instead of just tack shooter, because most people don't use pretty much tack shooters for just about anything except for the Ring of Fire, until in the very, very late game you use a Blade Maelstrom. And Blade Maelstroms, even though quite effective, don't get used as often as you might think. But I'm almost expecting this game, with some big rushes in here, probably going to come down to it. So Candyson actually goes for a Ring of Fire instead of a 4th tier cannon. Fairly interesting. I don't know, I might have went for the 4th tier cannon instead of the Ring of Fire, because Rigo Ceramics can be quite deadly, even with that 3rd tier ninja like that. I don't know, man. I don't know, even with micro mortar and everything. Might be a little bit tricky. So one thing that I've noticed is a lot of these, both players are actually putting the mortar in the top corner of the sent balloons. And I personally, even though it's, again, probably silly to do, I would just leave it on the middle of the water there and just, where the circle is. But I think that's probably because I just don't micro well enough to move it around when I really need to. But it's okay. Moving on, we're going to have a pretty darn crazy game pretty darn soon. We've got level 18 coming up, and both players still going a little bit of economy, so going quite crazy with that. Wow, they've got 1,200 economy again for round 17 and 18. That's just that's crazy. I'm used to getting up to 1,000. If they're getting 200 more than me, they gotta be doing something right. Maybe it's just keeping just enough defense. Maybe I go a little overkill with my defense. Maybe. Maybe, baby. So it looks like the Sovereign's getting just a crap load of grape shot boats, which again is not a bad way to go about killing Moabs. But again, if you get rushed kind of heavily, you could have an issue with fast cooldown Moabs and stuff like that. And the Candyson just has nothing. I don't know, I guess he's trying to lure the Sovereign into rushing him. And it looks like he actually did not. He's actually going for a pretty hefty rush right now. 2 fast cooldown Moabs. Oh, going for more than 2 fast cooldown Moabs. There's 1, 2, 3, and 4 fast cooldown Moabs. Even on level 20, when BFBs are possible to come out, you don't want to use them against the boats. And it looks like there's more fast cooldown BFBs coming down. Absolutely crazy. How is the Sovereign going to deal with these guys? Looks like he got the 2-4 ninja. He sold the 2-4 ninja after he used the ability, and now we've got some random ceramics coming out here, and he is going to end up blade maelstroming them. All right, good news for the Sovereign. He blade maelstrom them once, but he's got to get another 2-4 ninja, and there's more balloons just about to get through, and he's going to double blade maelstrom all these balloons. And it looks like he will end up surviving that crazy rush. Candyson is down to pretty much no defense. If the Sovereign re-rushed him right back with a Moab or anything, he would take him down. But instead what he's trying to do is just survive. He doesn't want to spend all of his money and lose out, so he's just trying to survive with these things, getting a 4-2 ninja up. And it looks like the ceramics and the Moabs will get defeated. And that's going to be the end of this game. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Again, let me know what you think in the comments down there. I'd love to hear what you think. The Sovereign is the winner of this game. And look forward to some more in the future, maybe. Hopefully. But actually, surprisingly, Candyson almost had a chance there, but look at this thing. He's still rushing with crazy balloons. So, fun game nonetheless. Thanks for watching, guys, and have a super duper delicious day.